Hey guys, this is the Cinema Dude, and today I'm going to go through my horror and sci-fi movies. Uh, right here we have Alfred Hitchcock box set. This is the Warner Brothers one. I'm actually missing Mr. and Mrs. Smith, so I have Hitchcock's movie Rebecca in here, which is by MGM. This is a pretty nice box. Has some pretty good ones. North by Northwest, Stranger on a Train, which is a 2-disc version of that. Down for Murder. The next box set I have is the Alfred Hitchcock Masterpiece Collection. This is by Universal. It's in like this nice kind of velvety type of box, and it swings open. This box is pretty much all of his big name movies: Psycho, Rear Window, The Man Who Knew Too Much, The Birds. So it's it's mostly his later movies are in this one. So this is a pretty good box set to get. This one I actually got pretty decently. I think it was like $60. I got on Amazon, and I really like this one. But it stinks because Hitchcock movies, you have stuff there like Warner Brothers, like this box set, then you have to get this, and then there's still other stuff like, MGM and stuff like that where it's separate and not all together. And I kind of wish they would have just one big Hitchcock box set. The next one I have is a Hitchcock Legacy of Suspense. It's like a tin. Most of the stuff is his public domain stuff, a lot of his early films. And there's like 2 or 3 episodes of Hitchcock Presents on here. I like this. The only thing that bothers me about this is it doesn't have all of his original movies. It doesn't have Murderer and Bon Voyage, and there's one other one. I think Downhill isn't on here. And so again, you have to go find those. Notorious and Spellbound, Lifeboat, Psycho 2. This isn't an actual Alfred Hitchcock movie, but it is the sequel to Psycho, and a pretty good one. Then I have these film noir ones. You can see the titles on those. Then there's the 50 movie packs. I'm actually into my horror stuff. The first stuff is more classic horror, and then we go into modern stuff. These 50 movie packs by Mill Creek are awesome. I have a whole bunch of these, which you'll see. I love these things. They're pretty cool. They have a whole bunch of movies. They're all public domain stuff, so they're not the best quality, but you get a lot of stuff. Attack of the Giant Leeches, Carnival of Souls, Brain That Wouldn't Die, which I love that movie. Then you get like Phantom of the Opera, Nosferatu, Night of the Living Dead, Metropolis. So there's some good stuff on here. Then I have a Boris Karloff tin that is his like TV show. I think like the 50s. It's got like 10 episodes. This is a show that plays midnights and a local TV station around here. It's out of Buffalo, New York. It's really cool. They play, different movies, cheesy ones or whatever. So I usually watch like Svengoolie, which is on at like the 10 o'clock hour, and then this is right after on Saturday night. So it's kind of cool to watch that. And this is just like a clip, best of kind of clips and stuff like that. This is a documentary on the Aurora Monster model kits. Pretty cool documentary. Interesting to see how kind of just exploded, and it's really neat to see that kind of stuff. I don't have model kits, but I do have different memorabilia that is kind of cool to have. Festival of Fright. If you want to see a whole bunch of trailers for movies, get this. This is the one that came out last year, I believe. It just puts all 3 of them together. It's really good. These are Monster Madness. These are documentaries. It's like one big documentary, and they split up into 4 different ones. I have the first one, and either this is 2 or 3. I'm missing one that goes through the Hammer films. And then the new one that is like all like the slasher films too recently. But they have like awesome covers and stuff, as you can see in here. All that 50s cheesy movies and stuff. This is the Image Milestone collection of the Phantom of the Opera with Lon Chaney. It's a really good DVD. It was a little bit expensive, but it was really good. It has the 29 and then the 25 version. It's really good, really good. A whole bunch of special features on it. So if you want something good on Phantom of the Opera, this is the one to get. This is the Universal box set that came out last year. It has all the movies of the classic horror movies, and there's 30 of them in here. And it gives you pretty much everything. You know, all the sequels, the Dracula and Frankenstein, the Mummy and stuff like that. It's good because Creature from the Black Lagoon, before you couldn't get the other two sequels to it, and now it's in this. And there were some other ones too, like in the Mummy and The Invisible Man, that were hard, like you couldn't get the sequels, they weren't on DVD, so it's all together. They sell these separately too, but the only problem is they don't sell this Phantom of the Opera one, so it's kind of like you have to buy the box to get the Phantom of the Opera, and that is the 1943 version of the Phantom of the Opera. Then I have two sets, also Universal, the Bela Lugosi collection, and this has Murders at the Rue Morgue, the Black Cat, the Raven, so some other Universal stuff. This is the Boris Karloff one from Universal. Tower of London, Night Key, pretty cool. The Val Lustin collection. So his, what is this, 9 movies? Yeah. And then a documentary. So it's really nice. Walk with the Zombies pretty good. Bystander's good. And then we go down. I have some VHSs that I've saved. A whole bunch of like Schoolhouse Rock and Ninja Turtle stuff from when I was little, and some Disney ones. So then right here we go into some other horror. So we have Return of the Vampire with Bela Lugosi. Classic horror. This has like 4 or 5 movies on it. Yeah, 4 movies, and it has 5. The Mad Magician, The Man Who Turned to Stone, and The Terror of Tongues on there. Kind of cool. This one I just bought recently. This one has Night of the Living Dead, Piranha, Carnival of Souls, Little Shop of Horror, and Maniac. I find it funny because these are all public domain movies, and they just kind of like updated the posters on them to make them look legal, but they're not. Then I have this Vincent Price one that has Tales of Terror, Pit and the Pendulum, and The Raven. We have Return of Dracula and the Vampire, just some cheesy 50s and 60s movies. The Abominable Dr. Phibbs and Dr. Phibbs Rise Again, classic Vincent Price movie. The William Castle one, collection that just came out. Me and my girlfriend watched 13 Ghosts. It was good. Definitely better than the remake of it. The only thing about this is it doesn't have. I have the Tingler in another thing, and that's it's a pretty good movie by William Castle. But it doesn't have the Nightwalker, and it makes me mad because it's a really good movie. Me and my girlfriend watched it a few weeks ago on television, and it was really good. The only thing is it's only on VHS, so it stinks that it's not on DVD anywhere. The Hammer collection, this just came out as well. I actually bought these. Where's it? These two together. This had a whole bunch of the Hammer films. This was on a collection before, but it didn't have one of them, and so now it's with it. So there's more to it, and it was actually cheaper too. We watched Scream of Fear, very good. The ending was awesome. It was definitely a really good movie. Then we go into the Hammer Dracula films. This is the first one, and a whole bunch of the sequels. The thing with the Hammer films is a lot of them are on the same thing. So as you can see here, you know, I have Taste of Blood Dracula here, but then to get Curse of Frankenstein, I had to get Taste of Blood Dracula here, so it's together. Revenge of Frankenstein. There's that one. I bought this before I got the other pack, but I never opened it. Horror of Dracula, The Mummy. Another 50 movie pack, and this one is Legends of Horror. This one, it has a lot of Hitchcock stuff on it. It's not as good. A little bit more older stuff, but they get into some 70s stuff in here. This one is definitely more 70s and 80s stuff. This one has Manos, the Manster, the Night Evelyn Came Out of Her Grave. And then House by the Cemetery on this one. So there are some interesting ones, but another kind of junky one. Then we go into new horror stuff. Of course, Jaws. Love this movie. Jaws 2. It's not bad, you know. People give it a bad rap, but I definitely like this one. Return of the Living Dead with this like cool new cover onto it. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, a 40th anniversary edition. Prom Night. I do have Halloween 1. It is at my girlfriend's house. But I do now have all the Halloween movies. 2 and 3. 4. 5. Curse of Michael Myers, or 6. 7, or Halloween H2O, pretty much. Halloween Resurrection, which is pretty much Halloween 8. And then we have the 2 Rob Zombie remakes. The first one and the second one. I think the first one is definitely far better. Then we go into the Friday the 13th movies. These are all the deluxe editions. This is the 4-pack that gives you 1, 2, 3, and 4. I have A New Beginning, which is 5. Jason Lives. New Blood that has like this cool kind of, I don't know, 3D or ish cover to it. Slip cover. 8. Jason Takes Manhattan. The horrible Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X on there. Then I have the remake. Then I have a documentary. His name was Jason. The Evil Dead Anchor Bay Ultimate Edition, which is kind of cool. Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness. Then I get into The Strangers. Trick or Treat. I really like this movie. It's interesting. The Orphanage. You want a creepy movie? This is a creepy movie. There really wasn't a lot of jump scares or, but it was just, like, unnerving. But it was really good. It's in Spanish. So there's subtitles, so you gotta read. But overall, it was really good. Probably one of the best horror movies I've seen in a while. You're Next. The House is October Built. I haven't seen this yet. I want to watch this. It looks really interesting. It's about these people that go looking for the scariest haunted house. And they find it, I guess. The Babadook. This was really good. This was a really good horror movie. Again, like with The Orphanage, one of the best ones I've seen in a while. It's just something different that you haven't seen before, but at the same time, it's kind of the same, but it's really good. We Are Still Here. I've been wanting to see this. I just picked this up today, so I can't wait to watch this. And then It Follows. Another good horror movie. I haven't yet to watch this, but I've heard good reviews about that. Now we're going to come down. In these 2 things are DVDs that I got from my girlfriend's uncle before he passed away. And he actually gave me all of his DVD collections. And like thousands upon thousands of DVDs. So I'm really grateful that, he saw that I really enjoyed movies and he wanted to give them to me. So right in here is my horror and sci-fi stuff. Here's like action movies, but there's still tons more, so I gotta buy more of these. This is a 50 movie pack, and it's 2 of them, and they're called up. This has a whole bunch of stuff. It's not just horror and sci-fi, and there's some, kung fu, some exploitation movies, so a whole bunch of stuff on these. And that's B-Movie Blast and Drive-In Movie Classics, and this was like, I think like $20. And then we have down here